I get a lot of NT wives that say, well, when we first started dating, my yet-to-be husband just did a lot of masking and presented himself as someone other than who he really was. And it was kind of deceitful. But I can promise you that your now ASD husband never had the thought of, well, I really like this girl, I want to date her, and I'm going to be deceitful and present myself as being somebody else. And then when I get comfortable with her and have her trapped, I'll just go back to my old way of behaving. Masking is not manipulation. Rather, it is a cover-up for shame. Specifically, a cover-up for toxic shame and toxic guilt. Healthy guilt is, I did something wrong. I didn't necessarily mean to do it, but now in retrospect, I see it was hurtful. I want to learn from this mistake. I intend not to repeat this mistake. I'm going to make amends and move forward. Toxic guilt, though, is I'm always making these social mistakes. I'm always hurting her. I'm always letting her down. I never seem to get it right. Doesn't matter what I say or do, it's never good enough. This in turn leads to toxic shame, which is because I'm always making these mistakes repeatedly and can never seem to learn from my mistakes. Therefore, I am a mistake. And so his social awkwardness becomes an identity. And he's embarrassed by that. And he purposely tries to hide that out of a sense of shame. In other words, he's thinking, if people knew who I really was, they wouldn't like me, I wouldn't be lovable, I wouldn't be acceptable, I would live the rest of my life alone. In other words, I can't really let my true colors show, because if I do, I will be rejected, ostracized, maybe even teased and bullied. I will never measure up. I'll never have what it takes to make it in the social world. So this so-called masking is a shame cover-up, not a manipulation, although I admit that from the NT female brain perspective, it certainly seems as if it's a manipulation. And he's a con man of sorts. And the reason that he changes his colors once the relationship has some mileage on it is because he's comfortable now with his NT partner. He lets down his guard because he feels that finally it's okay just to be myself. But unfortunately, after years of being chastised and reprimanded, which is how he would view it, he realizes yet again, I can't really truly relax and just be me. So this defensiveness that you see in him and these neutral comments or constructive criticisms that he downloads as an attack are the direct result of toxic shame. Feelings of not being good enough, yet again being reprimanded, looked down on, and told in no uncertain terms that he's not good enough. So what I do instead, I disconnect from people because they rarely accept me, and I connect with my special interest because it always accepts me.